Back to another episode of the Life School Masterclass show. And today I want to talk to you about how to stop being the bottleneck towards the growth of your company. I see this over and over and over again. I know that the expansion of your team in your company, it's a very scary process for most entrepreneurs. I know it was for me when I was leading a large team in the corporate environment I was working for under many, many years, and also through the journey of the growth and expansion of my own company and my own team. However, this is one of the most important skills I know to be true that we need to all master as company founders, as CEOs, as entrepreneurs, if we want a company that is self led, and if we want a company that is moving beyond the CEO and the solopreneur or the entrepreneur, I should say, because we have moved along the phases of solopreneurship on this live, right? You have teams already, you have movement, you have your sales, you have your operations happening in your business or in your company. So, understanding how to level up your leadership so that you are self leading a very healthy company, but also, most importantly, you are giving yourself freedom. Freedom, 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 right? A company that is moving and growing beyond you. Because again, a lot of the problems that I know are the fears around the leadership aspect of things as a founder is really around letting go of control, right? Because keeping the control feels so safe because you know how to do things, right? And of course, the team that you bring on board needs to take their own journey on the expansion and the learning curve that it takes and the investment that you'll be putting into your team in order to really drive the productivity of those positions. So really being in the mindset of control is really something that feels safe in the moment, but of course, long term is really stopping you from the growth of the company that you could potentially have, or really driving the vision for growth that you have as the CEO of your company. So, one of the most important skills I have seen through the work that I've done over the 20 years that I'm in the space of business growth and leadership is really to recruit your team just like you recruit your clients, right? When you build a brand as a founder and the CEO or the entrepreneur of your company, you would do that for your clients, right? You have a brand message, you have a vision, there's a mission behind why you do what you do, there is a cause that you are passionate about, and there is a change, there's change that you want to drive in the markets that you are leading or operating in. I would say it's the same thing with your team, right? I mean, you want to do the same thing, have the right clarity of your culture and the right positioning of your culture and the right values, let's just say, for your culture, so that when your team joins you in whatever roles that you have structured for them, depending on your goals, they also see the bigger picture. Because one of the most important things that every person that joins anything really wants is to grow and to contribute, right? Tony Robbins calls those the needs of the soul. But that's for every human, right? For me, when that piece was missing in the executive role I was leading for 13 years, it's when I considered doing something else. Because if I wasn't growing in the company that I was working for, then of course, the retention level is going to be very low, right? I'm not going to be a long term contributor towards the vision mission of the company. So really, I think that's the biggest factor that I would love to share with you, is really create that environment for growth, and that should be part of your vision, because that will drive the right people to unite and align with your vision as the CEO. The other thing is really understanding how to create a safe culture where your team can really be independent, first of all, because if you want to attract top talent in your company, independence is a very important feature or value for top performers, right? So ensuring that your environment is structured and your company has a structure and those systems in place to really attract that type of talent, ensuring that you don't micromanage as a leader, but really create a safe environment for them, and an environment where everyone can be autonomous and independent is really an important value for a lot of high performers that I'm sure you want to attract in your company, based on your talent needs and your team needs. So those are the two important factors that you want to consider when you are hiring and when you are expanding your team or even leveling up the team that you have, whether it's your leadership team or the rest of your role structures that you have set in your company. Those are the two most important things that I wanted to share with you. Let me know wherever you're watching this live, any comments, any feedback, anything that resonates with you. Let me know how many people you actually have on your team, and we'll be able to really facilitate the conversation better. And then the other part that I wanted to really mention around this area, or this live, I should say, or this episode, is really the journey, the journey that it takes to select the right people. It's really parallel to the journey of your business growth. It's parallel to the journey of you growing your company with clients. It will be a journey. There will be mistakes. There will be misunderstandings. There will be people maybe coming with for under your vision mission for a certain amount of time and they no longer grow with you, right? That's very common. There will be mistrust, unfortunately. All of these things are factors in the journey. However, the way you think about these as a leader makes the entire difference between you staying small and reverting back to safety, meaning I'll just run a smaller company with less people. I mean, I've had those thoughts many times when things happen, right? I will just worry about, really make sure that I only have a small talent pool that I trust and they trust me. And you just limit your growth because obviously you want to revert back to safety. I just want to let you know that your mindset, your resilience will be a determining factor in the growth of your company in this area. So, learning from all the experiences, we are at the school of life here, right? And it's always behind the life school is always that mission of you being a lifelong learner and a lifelong student. So as long as we're learning and we're growing from each situation that might not be very pleasant as far as our team is concerned, we're only going to be stronger leaders because of that. And it's only going to get us closer to the right, energetically also, to the right talent that aligns with our company environment and vision and mission. So just staying open in the process, not taking things personally, most importantly, from every setback, not to retreat to safety and comfort zone. Those are very important things that at least personally I've learned in this journey, so that everything becomes a stepping stone, everything is a learning experience, and you just become a better leader for that, and you just make more conscious decisions, better decisions next time around with all the information you have. And that, of course, is going to benefit, that's going to transfer, I should say, to your company growth on all the metrics that you have in your company. So, for a free analysis of your leadership, of your talent in your company, I would be more than happy to jump on a discovery call together and we could discuss some of your challenges that you have with your team and some of the goals that you have. But I'd be more than happy to offer my insight in how to really ensure that you have a strong team under you and you are really aligned with the growth vision of expansion that you have for your company. And most importantly, you have the right people where they need to be so that it's not dragging your productivity and your growth and the impact that you get to make, but it's only becoming the catalyst. to more of that. So I will share the link to my calendar right underneath this episode. Thank you so much for those of you that have joined me and contributed in the chat. I'll definitely take a look at the chat afterwards. I will see you next time. Thanks again for tuning in to the Life School Masterclass show. We are everywhere. If you want to follow our show or subscribe to our show, we are on all podcast platforms and all over social media profiles. So wherever you're listening to this, say hi in the comments and really let me know how this topic resonated with you and how big your team is and what are some of the challenges that you're facing with that. Thanks again and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.